Okay, let's unpack this a bit. Have you ever really stopped and thought about how old the companies are behind, the apps you use constantly, or the brands that have just always seemed to be around?
It's pretty fascinating when you do.
Right. Because some are like super young, almost toddlers in the business world,
Mm.
really,
Mm-hmm.
while others are, well, ancient. They've literally seen world wars, massive economic shifts, huge tech changes.
Seen it all, basically.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
today, in this deep dive, we're going to explore the sometimes really surprising actual ages of a lot of famous companies, the ones you interact with maybe every day.
Think of it as a shortcut, maybe, to understanding the history behind these massive brands.
Yeah, and what that history implies.
And that's really our mission here, looking into, you could say, the world's oldest companies, but it's more than just listing dates.
Right.
We want to figure out, well, what do these ages really tell us about, say, innovation or resilience, or how quickly some can just disrupt everything?
Adaptability too, I guess.
Absolutely. What lets some companies just burst onto the scene, while others build these legacies over centuries? So we'll dig into those surprising facts.
And connect it back to why it matters, whether they're really old or incredibly young.
Exactly. Why their age, their longevity, or their rapid rise matters today.
That really is the core question, isn't it? Okay, so let's dive straight in. Maybe start with the newest kids on the block, the ones under 30.
Makes sense. Their impact has been so fast.
It's actually astounding.
Wow.
We're talking about companies that have, fundamentally changed how we live in less than 3 decades.
Yeah.
Okay, take TikTok, just 8 years old.
8. That's wow.
It really puts its global reach into perspective, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That speed.
It highlights the power of algorithms and that short form video content, how quickly it captured global attention. A whole new entertainment model in, what, under a decade?
Incredible. And right alongside it, basically, OpenAI, 9 years old.
The engine behind ChatGPT, yeah.
And again, its youth just shows how fast something like advanced AI can emerge and just, ripple through industries.
It's not just one product, it's like a whole new capability suddenly available. And yeah, less than 10 years to become so foundational.
Truly remarkable for OpenAI.
Mm.
Okay, so then what about Zoom and Instagram? They're both 14. How do they fit that quick ubiquity narrative?
Well, they both really show how simplifying connection works, right? Whether it's sharing pictures easily or making video calls seamless,
Huh?
that focus on user experience, making it easy, basically made them indispensable almost overnight. They just integrated into daily life so fast.
Then you've got Airbnb, 17 years old now, completely changed how we think about finding a place to stay.
Totally disruptive to the hotel industry.
And of course, Twitter, or X now, that's 19 years old.
Right.
And Facebook, which for so many people was the social network, 21 years.
Yeah, they essentially built the early social internet landscape, didn't they?
They really did.
Yeah.
Okay, shifting gears. Tesla, 22 years old.
A major disruptor in a very old industry.
Right. Its relatively short history really shows how focusing on innovation, challenging the norms, maybe having a charismatic leader can just shake up a market faster than anyone thought possible.
Yeah, faster than ever before, really.
It's just amazing how quickly some of these became dominant, like Google, 26 years
It's still
old,
dominant.
in search, obviously, but
Right.
so much more now, which is kind of incredible given how fast tech changes they've managed to keep leading.
They have, and Netflix is another great example. At 27, it's not just adapting quickly.
They completely reinvented themselves.
Exactly. From mailing DVDs, remember that?
Oh, yeah, the red envelope.
To becoming this global streaming powerhouse. That pivot was just a masterclass in seeing where things were going.
Really understanding the consumer shift.
Totally. And changing their whole delivery system to match.
Okay, so we've seen these companies basically explode in under 30 years.
Mm.
What about the next stage, like companies that have had a bit longer, say 30 to 50 years, to really establish themselves? What defines that?
That's a good transition. Yeah, companies like Amazon, 31 years old now. It really embodies that evolution, doesn't it?
From bookseller.
Right, just books online to this global everything delivery machine. It's all about relentless customer focus, expanding strategically, and just mastering logistics, constantly evolving.
And then we hit Apple, 49 years old,
Mm.
almost half a century, and Microsoft exactly 50.
Half a century.
These aren't just established, they're like foundational to modern tech.
Wow.
What does their age tell us?
Well, their longevity really points to the power of Consistent innovation, but also building strong ecosystems around their products.
Right, the ecosystem is key for both.
Definitely. Apple keeps redefining consumer tech through design and how everything works together. Microsoft, after dominating PCs, completely pivoted to become huge in cloud computing.
So even the giants have to reinvent themselves.
Constantly. To stay relevant for that long, you absolutely have to evolve your core business.
Okay, now we're getting into a really different category.
Yeah.
The established giants, 50 to 100 years old. These companies haven't just adapted.
Yeah.
Often they created their industries.
Precisely. Take Sony, 79 years old. That name just means electronics and entertainment for so many people.
Walkman, PlayStation.
Exactly. Their age reflects that long legacy of hardware innovation mixed with compelling content. They shaped how we consume media for decades.
And then an interesting one from India, Tata Motors, 80 years old, a big global player now.
Yeah, and part of that huge Tata Group conglomerate. Their age shows how a strong national company can really grow into an international force over time.
And Samsung, 87 years old. That's older than I would have guessed.
Right, and they're everywhere. Phones, TVs, appliances, chips.
So diverse.
Their longevity seems rooted in, well, massive scale, controlling their own production, vertical integration, and just having such a wide range of products. They can weather shifts because they're in so many markets.
Okay, now, this is where it gets really mind-blowing for me. The centenarians,
Hmm.
over 100 years old.
Yeah, this is impressive endurance.
Thinking about what these brands have lived through. World wars, the Great Depression, countless tech revolutions. It's incredible they're still here and often still dominant.
It absolutely is. Look at Boeing and BMW.
Yeah.
Both 109 years old,
Same age. That's interesting.
and both deeply tied to transportation, right? Planes and cars. Their shared age kind of speaks to the enduring importance of mobility and precision engineering. Over a century of it.
And then IBM, a staggering 114 years old.
Truly foundational for computing.
How does a company like that even stay relevant for so long? It seems impossible.
Well, IBM is maybe the ultimate example of reinvention. They went from, punch cards and huge mainframes,
Right, room-sized computers.
to PCs, then shifted heavily into services and consulting, and now they're focused on AI and cloud. Their survival shows it's not just about one product. It's about understanding information, processing data, and being willing to completely pivot again and again.
That takes serious foresight and courage, I imagine.
Absolutely. And think about Fiat and Renault in the car world, both 126 years old.
Wow, they were there right at the beginning of the automobile age.
Pretty much. They helped define driving for generations. Their age is almost like the history of the car itself.
It really is. And then, maybe the most globally recognized brand, Coca-Cola, 133 years old.
Still going strong.
That sustained power.
Yeah.
What's the secret there?
Well, it seems to be a combination of a product with, let's face it, universal appeal, incredibly consistent branding over decades, and just an unparalleled global distribution network. They made themselves unavoidable almost.
Ubiquitous, yeah. Okay, and here's one that always surprises people. Nintendo, 135 years old.
Isn't that wild, given we think of them purely for video games now?
Right. Mario, Zelda. How were they around 135 years ago?
Well, they started out making playing cards, Hanafuda cards specifically, back in the late 1800s.
No way, playing cards.
Yep. Their journey over 135 years shows this amazing ability to understand entertainment and just completely reinvent their business. From cards, they went into toys, then arcade games, and finally home consoles. It's incredible adaptability across totally different eras.
That's maybe the most dramatic transformation we've talked about.
Yeah.
Just amazing. And Toshiba, 150 years old. That speaks to a long industrial history, too.
Indeed. And finally, the oldest on our list today, Nokia. 160 years old.
160. Okay, that beats everything.
It does. And again, think about resilience. They weren't always about phones. They started in pulp and paper.
Seriously, like lumber.
Yeah, forestry products. Then they moved into rubber boots, cables, electronics, and then they became that mobile phone giant we remember from the 90s and 2000s.
Before Apple and Android took over that space.
Exactly. And now they're focused more on network infrastructure. Their whole history is just constant transformation to survive and find the next big thing.
So looking back, we've gone from TikTok at just 8 years old, all the way to Nokia at 160. It really drives home that point, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Age is maybe just a number in business.
It really seems like it.
You have companies that survived unimaginable global turmoil over a century or more, and others that achieved huge world-changing scale in less than a decade.
So if we try to connect this to the bigger picture, maybe the question for you, the listener, to think about is what actually allows a company to last for centuries, to navigate all those massive shifts.
Right, versus what allows another company to just explode onto the scene and dominate so quickly.
Exactly. What makes some brands feel timeless? And what are the key ingredients for that kind of rapid, disruptive innovation we see in the younger companies, based on all these ages we've just heard?
It makes you wonder about today's youngest companies, too.
Mm-hmm. What kind of legacy are they building right now? What will their age look like in another 100 years? Will their story of longevity or maybe lack thereof look similar to the ones we've just explored? Something to mull over.